In June of 1836, a group of boys headed out to hunt rabbits in the hills named Arthur's Seat, located in Edinburgh, Scotland. In a secluded cave in the hill, 17 miniature coffins were found by the boys, which were hidden behind slabs of slate. The coffins were 3 to 4 inches long, and inside the coffins were wooden figures which were dressed up using custom-made clothes. 8 of the 17 coffins are now on display at the National Museum of Scotland. Who made these tiny coffins with wooden figures inside? For what purpose? And who did they represent? Some of the most popular theories as to what these miniature coffins were includes the burials being the work of witches and them being mimic burials for sailors lost at sea. There were assumptions that the burials were made over a long period of time. This is because the coffins were arranged in 3 tiers, 2 tiers of 8 coffins followed by a single coffin at the top. The coffins at the bottom appeared more decayed than the ones at the top, which led to the conclusion that the burials were made over a large period of time. However, it is possible that the coffins at the bottom were more exposed to water damage, leading to them looking more decayed. A comprehensive study conducted by Alan Simpson and Samuel Menifee suggests that all the coffins post-date 1800, specifically dated to around 1830 due to the type of thread used in the clothing of the wooden figures. They went on to suggest that the coffins were likely the work of shoemakers after analyzing the tinned iron pieces used in the coffins. So who exactly were these burials for? Now that we have a possible rough date for when the burials took place, we need to see if there are any events around that time period involving 17 deaths in Edinburgh that could have triggered the burials. And there's one big one that comes to mind. In 1828, 2 men named William Burke and William Hare sold the body of a lodger who had died in Hare's house for anatomical dissection and received a fair amount of money for it. Following this, realizing that they could earn quite a bit of money doing this, the duo would carry out a series of 16 killings for the next 10 months. Including the lodger, this brings their victim total to 17, and since the bodies of their victims were dissected and were not given a proper burial, it could have triggered the reason for the mimic burials. Some people have objected to the theory that these murders were related to the burials, as majority of Burke and Hare's victims were female, but all the wooden figures in the coffins were dressed in male attire. It is hard to say how important this fact is, but further investigation into any other events that could have led to 17 deaths around that time period could help identify who these burials were really for.